Dog body language is dog body language, and it's pretty much the same across the board with all the dogs. So if you could tell when Sandy starts to get tired, you could probably tell when your dog is starting to get tired too. Okay, so this episode is about zigzag. And in time, we might turn it into weave pole, but you know, it's backyard agility. So I got some cones and we're zigzagging through the cones. When you're out on the street and you're doing urban agility, you might see cones and you can have your dog zigzag through. But the reason why are we doing that is to build engagement, to learn how to communicate with our dog better, to learn a little bit more about luring and how we could use that in our communication, and you know, develop better technique, to have fun. All of these things are important. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, subscribe. And here we go. All right, we're good? Yep. All right, so don't worry, Ling. She'll be with you in a second. So next thing we're gonna do is an engagement game for Ling here and Sandy. They're gonna go through these little cones that I have set up. So Ling, it's your job to get your dog's attention, bring her through the cones. You could go with her too. You could run with her to go through. You don't have to lure her through, you know? But there's two ways to do this at this point that I could use. You know, you could go with her or you could lure her, right? So here we go, starting there, and you just want her to zigzag around. There you go. Great. Yes, and give her some food. That was not bad. All right, let her be free for a second, and I'd like you just to come back here. Yep. And there you go. Great job. Great job, and reward that dog. Excellent. So we're gonna go half that distance. About. And see this time, as soon as you get to the last one, see if you can get her to spin right around and go back through again, right? Okay. Ready? There you go. There you go. Excellent. There you go. Excellent. So next time you do it, I want you to carry more treats with you in your hand. And I want you to give her one each time she passes. See what she does. So every time she passes, I want to try to see if she will go a little faster if we start rewarding her effort, right? So you could cover with your thumb. You know how to do that. You know how to do all those. You could hold it in your hand closed and open to let her get to them, whatever the case may be. All right? Okay. There you go. That's better. I like that one, the way that you're doing it there. Yeah, that's good. Excellent. So I would have done it, I want you to hold your treats a little differently. If you hold like this, I think that will go better. So we have the treats here, open hand, closed hand, open hand, closed hand. Dropped one. One got out. That's gonna happen from time to time, you know. That kind of thing. Now I'm just fooling around. Yes, good girl. Okay, so as we're training dogs and working with dogs, what are we looking for here? We're looking for engagement. I could see that Sandy was going through without treats the first time when it was further apart. Clearly she was able to get through without the treats. So why did we add treats? The reason I added treats is a couple things. One is that I would like Ling to get better at luring her dog and building that kind of engagement. That has to be practiced. Does Sandy really need the treats? Not so much. Ling is also learning the timing as to where her hand needs to be in order to get the dog through. That starts to become more natural and also something that we could almost do from a further distance. You know, the timing and the distance. Once you get the movement of how your hand is supposed to move, then the dog starts reading that movement, and then you could really be a little bit further away, which is going to help the dog to go through a little bit better too. So the treats help with that. We want to get into, as we're doing these exercises, on refining our technique as to how we hold and knowing where it is that the treats are going to be each and every time. Little targets I look for. If you look at when I did the luring versus when Ling did it, you'll see that my hand stays really close to Sandy's nose, and that helps her to be able to follow quicker. And as I go through it and we do it more and more, she's going to get fast, and she's going to actually get faster than me, and I'm able to move through that really quickly if we continue that way. All right, so hopefully that explains some things. You want to be very technical when you're practicing these things. You want to know where your hands are. You want to know exactly how you hold your treat. No accidental motions, right? You want to be aware of how things are moving. Girl, right? So once we set our hands in our treats, we don't want to move our hand or reset it. Like, I don't want to sometimes give treats like this, other times give treats like this or like that, Once I start a thing, I want to keep my same technique with it for that exercise.
So just let her get a treat herself.
Yeah.
I don't think one to.
Right. That's important. Most of the time when I give dogs treats and exercises like this, they get it themselves. I hold the treat, right? And they come get it. Excellent. Go ahead. And you just close and open your hand accordingly. See how that feels? That's going to happen from time to time. Excellent. See what that does? It makes it so that way her attention never really lapses. So that way, like when we hand a treat to a dog, as soon as they get it, there's usually a little moment where they will look away or we'll lose them for an instant. When we do it that way, we don't lose them at all. That looks real good. I want to go half this distance again. This makes it a little harder. So here we go. There you go. And stop. Take a break. That's great. That's great. Hands were in the same position the whole time? Yeah? Yeah. Excellent. Hand was good? Excellent. Hard for me to see. I trust you. All right? Here we go one more time. Grabbing some food. And taking her through. I think you're adjusting that hand position. There you go. Yeah, I think you went from this to this, where they could fall out easy. I want it so that way my hand, like this is the floor. That's the way I want to hold it, My fingers are pointed in towards my hip. For this, that's how I want to go. Good job, lady. Good job. You ready? Here we go. Almost had you. Excellent. Good job. Let's go one more time. Let's go. So you can see when she's not able to get to it, she gets a little discouraged. We've done this a couple of times, so it is time to move on. And she's telling us that too. Silly girl. Silly girl. There you go. Excellent. So So if you watch really closely, what you see here is that Ling and Martin are doing slightly different things. Ling's hand is a little further from the dog's nose. We wanted to be close at this point. One of the clips, one at the very last end, my hand was also a little further, but that was because I was trying to push her to get her to move faster. So what I'm basically saying here is that we have to kind of negotiate the correct speed to be able to move at. I want to keep my hand moving at the same speed as her nose, but I want my hand to also move faster. So it's a little tricky there, something that I want you guys to think about. Another thing as we're watching is that the engagement is really good. She's paying very close attention to us, but as she goes through this, we could actually see her tiring out a little bit, getting a little bit bored with the exercise. Where we stopped here, I believe that there's a cut where we go and do something else, and then we come back to this for the next part of the video. That gives her mind a little while to do something else, you know, and that will help to refresh or make it so that when she comes back to this, she's able to approach it with a lot more energy. At this point, we've probably been practicing for a good 20 minutes already with the dog with pretty sustained attention, you know, on the owner, which is gonna tire a dog out anytime you do that kind of thing. So let's see what happens next. Ready, Sandy? Thank you for not jumping on me. I didn't want to be jumped on. Good girl. Good girl. Goofy dog. All right, so that's your thing. Let's see what it looks like. See if we could start to, I want to start building that out a little bit so that way you're not rewarding every time. I want you just to go just to the end. Try to keep your hand kind of closed as you go through. And then at the very end, when she gets through the last turn, yes. And then you could open. You could have maybe 10 treats in your hand when you open. You could let her have all of them.
Okay.
You know? Excellent. And then going back down here again, just start from here, please. Excellent. Now, if she skips one, just stop where you are, come back to the beginning, right? And then zigzag through. If she makes it all the way, that's when you mark it clear, yes, and then you open your hand and she gets whatever is in there.
Okay.
All right?
Yes. Good girl.
Excellent. And then coming back again. Feel when you see her kind of causing you to slow down. We don't want you to slow down. I don't want you to slow down, right?
Yes. Good girl.
Excellent. I don't want you to slow down, and if she stops, then just go back to the beginning. Like, yep, you lose it. It's fine. She could sniff. She could sniff, and she could take her time to come back. Just go stand over here, right? Ling, just go stand there. Let her sniff. Let her come back and engage with you when she's ready to come back and engage. Just leave her. Because she can't go anywhere. So just, yeah, if you want to sniff there, fine. When you're ready for more treats, when you're ready for more action, when you're ready for more engagement, I'm over here. Right? Excellent. Here we go. Okay, so engagement game. So what we're talking about with Ling here is getting her to walk away from the dog at the right time, right? Sandy is really engaged and really paying a lot of close attention. Ling drops some treats. Sandy's nose goes to the ground. By Ling just walking away, she could cause Sandy to want to follow her. And we want to start to see that and get that to become more habitual as well. A lot of the times we will start to move away and then we come back and get the dog. If we do that, then our dog starts to make that association that if they stay still, you're going to come back to them anyway. So we want to take all those opportunities that we can in a safe environment to make it so, no, you're going to come to me. Even if it takes a little while, you're going to come to me, and let them start to get that to be the natural state, the natural behavior, rather than it is us going to them. Something I want you guys to think about as you're working with your dogs. All right? Here we go. Take your time. Yes. Mark that. Yes. Excellent. Yep. And then it's going back there. Yep. Standing where you're standing. Ready to go. Yeah. Let her sniff. It's fine. This is additional reward for getting through that thing, right? Excellent.
Yes, good girl.
Excellent. And then just walking back, taking your spot. If she wants to sniff the ground, it's fine. You're ready.
Yes, good girl.
Excellent. We'll stop there. Okay, so first thing you should do is you should hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell. After you do that, you should actually replay this same video again. And I want you, when you're replaying it, to look at, you don't have to replay the whole thing. You could kind of break it up or whatever. But look at Sandy's energy level when we start, and look at Sandy's energy level when we finish. I want you guys to start to be aware of that, telling how the dog looks as they tire out. I can tell you this. Dog body language is dog body language, and it's pretty much the same across the board with all the dogs. There's very small differences. So if you could tell when Sandy starts to get tired, you could probably tell when your dog is starting to get tired too. So that's something I want you guys to be aware of. Subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, check the description below for other outlets that we have with our other social media, and enjoy your day, enjoy your dog. All right. Hey, take it easy now, Sandy. Don't be a jerk.